Welcome to Durianrider's Chop Shop. Today we are stripping down this S-Works Ruby.
Get some gains on here. Welcome to the Chop Shop. We've got an Allen key, we've got an S-Works Ruby. Natasha wants to get a KOM on a local climb called Euro Norton's, so we're going to try and put up the lightest bike we can get on a bare bones budget. And we've got an Allen key here. How much recording space we got left, Natasha?
6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Can you strip an S-Works bike in 6 minutes 30?
Jesus.
Let's see what we can do.
Maybe you can strip some bolts.
So we're gonna also be careful. We're gonna be mindful of not stripping anything. We don't want to round any heads out. And we're going to show you how the bikes used to be built back in the day. Can you strip a bike? I mean, this would cost me, what I'm doing today would cost me maybe $300 to strip a bike and rebuild it. Another group set. We're going to put a SRAM red on here. We're going to get some DT Swiss Monchassa rail wheels. Maybe some Windspace Hypers as well, but we've got some Monchassa rails. And Natasha likes those. Front brake is off, look at that. No disc brakes to worry about. Let's drop the wheel out. Let's drop out the wheel. And we'd be mindful of any bolts we're going to lose. We don't have too much time though, do we? We're just going to have to take a risk. And then we're going to go, actually we're going to go cables as well. This is how you're doing it. Cables, release the cable anchor bolts. Boom. Oh, alright, that's the rear brake out, look at that. So you can see how easy these bikes are to strip and flip now compared to the modern day bikes. Actually, we'll flip it around. I'm just using a rack here. Again, if you've got a clamper carbon frame, be careful because you can damage them. Be mindful we're not losing any bolts here. We might lose a few cable heads though. That's okay. Alright, we just had to get a pair of pliers, so we paused it. And we're just going to have to cut this chain. We're using a speed link. I'm losing time here. Losing time. I should have had that positioned properly. Speed link. Oof, yes, that was reasonably quick. Boom, chain is going to go off. Being careful not to lose the little link there. They can always get lost in the grass. Been known to lose a few of those. Oh, there we go, there's a chain. Put it up on the roof. Back wheel is out. Oh, look at that. Boom, wheels out. Cable housing coming out. We can use this one again. Always like to lube these housings up so they work really good. Housing on top. Rear part of the bike is coming undone. Cable's in the sand. She's all good. We'll give it a clean later.
She's a dusty one.
She's a dusty one. Front derailleur housing. How are we going for time there, baby?
You are 3 minutes 30 in,
Oosh.
I think.
Whoosh. Alright, let's get this front derailleur off of here. Boom, boom, boom. Working under fire. This is years working in the bike shop. This is a chop shot. This is what we do when I was living on the streets in LA. We're working on all the spling bikes at Helen Cycles, etc. Boom, front derailleur off. And then I'm doing it right. I'm doing the bolts up so we don't lose them. Cable out. These bikes are just so easy to do. That's it. All right, that's out. Cable housing out. Front brake, rear brake off. Imagine that. Like, look how long it takes to work on these disc brake bikes now. Like an SL7 tarmac. Woo! Be hydro oil flying everywhere. All these cables through the frame and stuff. Headset dealing with that. Damn. That's a long pain in the bum. That's a pain in the bum. Brake off, bolt on, flip it, strip it. On the back here, time, Natasha?
I don't know, because I stopped filming before.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, what?
We had 6 minutes, didn't we?
Well, I'm filming on an iPhone now.
Yeah, that's okay. What are we on now? Does it say on the iPhone?
Yeah, so we're on 250 here, and we turned off at 2 minutes before, so you're at
We're getting pretty close, aren't we?
You're at 450.
Right. We're leaving these cranks on.
Now 5 minutes.
All right, leaving these cranks on. Warm up here. And just, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And then we're going to pop the headset out. Poof. We're going to check everything at death. Looking good, looking good. We're going to grease that up. And that's done, basically. That's how quickly it was.
That was 5 minutes 30.
Yeah. We're going to use that one. Look at that. Boom, stripped and flipped. Not flipped yet, but that's it. That's how quick it is. These bikes back in the day, these were engineered for the bike shop mechanics, you know, in mind. These days, bike shop mechanics, man, tough job, all this new stuff. This is lighter. This is a lighter frame set than the SL7 S-Works. I know, because I've got a couple.
And it's nearly 14 years old.
This is stiffer than the SL7 S-Works. This is a lot easier. This is faster. It's more aero. It's just easier to deal with. And it's just all around a much better bike. And it's stiff as well. Flex test, squeeze test. Look at this.
Flex it.
Look at this. We've almost got zero compression there at all. You know? This is why these frames are stiffer. This is the S-Works Ruby, stiffer than the SL7, much better frame. These are the bikes that made Specialized famous. The advertising blurb that described this bike in 2008 is absolutely accurate. Incredible bike to ride, a very playful bike, a very energetic and lively bike. If you've got, you know, the full lightweight setup on it, and properly tuned. I sold this bike to a friend last year. She didn't have a bike while her trek was overseas, and she had a local mechanic put a different part on it, and I rode it the other day. I was like, man, this bike's not tuned properly. It's like even the hoods weren't done properly. So it makes a huge difference of who works on your bike, who's tuned it. Ideally, you set your bike up yourself, get some experience. But this bike, we're going to turn this bike into an absolutely weapon, and maybe I'll get Emily to have a ride of this bike again and say, this is what it's, you know, this is how it should be set up, and angles, etc. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. All right, we've got the fork here. We're going to give you a once over, a little outro bonus here. Outro bonus. So we always check for damage on any carbon fork. There's no ring of death on this one. Come on over here, look at the, have a zoom in on here. You can see this is a bit of sand through from factory level. There's no ring of death. You can see that's where the split ring sits, but there's no, because this bike hasn't been rid of a loose headset. It's okay. There's a little bit of a.
We'll be cutting this soon, though.
Yeah, we'll be cutting it down. There's a little bit of a edge there. That's from the Specialized stems. They're not really filed back properly, so that's okay. Keep an eye on those. But the steer plug's going under that deep down there, so we make sure it's cut properly. But we're going to slam a bit more for Natasha because she rides with an aggressive setup currently. She never used to, but now she does. The fitter you get, the more aggressive your setup can be typically, or will definitely be more aggressive than when you first started cycling. So this fork's still in mint condition. Wouldn't say mint condition, but I should say safe condition, still satisfactory condition. Beautiful piece of workmanship here. Fantastic. But yeah, that's sand through. That's sand through. Beautiful.